you know, improper gifting.
Yeah, I know she is. It's okay. We'll take care of it.
Who follows that?
Meeting will come to order, please. Johanna, please read the statement.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the Atlantic City Press, Star Ledger, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, the municipal website, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk. Please turn off all electronic devices.
Thank you, Johanna. Would you all let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please.
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
I am here.
We have, hopefully for approval, the minutes of our July 1st meetings. What is your pleasure?
I'll move to accept those minutes, Mayor.
I'll second that.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will now open the first public comment session. You have 3 minutes, and in this session, you can speak about anything you want. Is there any public comment? Please come forward and state your name and address.
Hello, I'm Martha Grant. I live at 4 North Huntington Avenue. I'm here today to be heard and understood. There's an exercise group of between 5 and 15 people that have been meeting in our community for over 40 years. It was started even before that by Essie Pincus, and she participated until she was in her mid-90s. I think we can all agree that exercise is good for all of us, especially as we age and need to preserve flexibility, endurance, and balance. Our little group, that has no name, has been meeting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, sometimes 8:15, sometimes 8, sometimes 9. Since I have become involved, we met in the Thai school gym when it was not occupied by students year-round. We signed in and did not interfere in any way with the students. Then security became the buzzword, and we could no longer meet in any school while school was in session. Next, we were offered space in the municipal building, the old Union Avenue School. The only hitch there was that someone from the recreation department had to unlock the gym door at 8 a.m. We worked around pickleball nets, health fairs, tax assistance times, and other activities. Fine. We needed air-conditioned or heated space and a good floor surface to do exercises on mats. There were restrooms available and even a water fountain. Perfect until COVID. Next, we continued to meet on the blacktop parking lot behind the ball fields at 9 a.m. No floor exercise anymore, and only if the wind chill was greater or equal to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, or no rain or snow. Now heat is in the 90s, so we try to find a shady spot and move our time to 8 a.m. to be finishing up before the basketball camp starts using the same space at 9. Restrooms, yes. Floor exercise, no. There is also a social element to the group. We have a good time together. We wish to continue to meet, and while yoga, tai chi are all fine, so is our group. One more option for anyone who wishes to join us. We do stretching, aerobics, cardio, yoga, ballet, balance, building our core muscles, and fellowship. We can't do all of this outside, even when the weather is moderate. We would like to request an indoor space with heat and air conditioning that can be, and an accessible bathroom once again. If the municipal,
Sorry, your time is up, as we said.
can someone read my last paragraph?
Better read her last.
Go ahead.
Okay. If the municipal building has even half of a gym available, That's plenty of space for our small group, even spread out. We would be willing to come at 9 when City Hall opens anyway, therefore not inconveniencing anyone from the Recreation Department. We're a totally volunteer group wishing to add another option to anyone who wishes to join us. Please help us find a space to meet. Thank you.
Thank you.
How do we get in touch with?
Rich, you have something to say?
Yeah, I want to make sure that if you would leave email and telephone number with the city clerk so we can get back.
I have access to Martha's.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm sure you do.
I don't know
Okay.
why we can't go to the senior center. Right, that's what doesn't make any sense.
Have you talked to Andrew Miles, our rec director?
I'm not the leader of the group. I'm just
Okay.
a participant.
There's ways to solve the problem.
You're the speaker of the group.
The leader has reached several things and nothing has come of any of our attempts.
I will guess that we could work something out, okay?
Absolutely.
And next person, any public comment, please.
Send something.
Please come forward, your name and address.
My name is Donna Tasca. I live at 301 North Claremont. My main purpose for this, to come here today, is to find out what is the city's stand on our home that's sinking in the ground. I mean, it's very disturbing to us. We retired down here in December, and I have a sick husband. And now we're uprooted. Our house is on steel beams, and we're not getting anywhere with Mathis.
Were you here in a previous meeting?
No, sir.
We had spoken about that. That's, Scott, do you want to bring these nice people up to date, please?
What we understand, Travelers Insurance Company is sending out offers of settlement. I do not know if they've sent it to your lawyer yet.
It's a joke.
I suspect not. Well, and I
That's the only
understand
comment I
it's
have.
a serious situation for you. It's a terrible situation. But the insurance company is responsible for it. As I understand, there are engineers that have been to your property to inspect it. They're going to come up with an estimate, and as with all insurance claims, they will process it, and I understand shortly, we've been pushing them. We've been giving them letters. I know the commissioners have been contacting them. I have. Ed Dennis has been on top of them. Literally every week, we're pushing them. And supposedly, I understand that these offers are imminent if you've not already received it.
We did.
And then, oh, you did receive it?
Oh, we did. It's a joke.
I
It's a,
don't know.
it's a complete joke.
Well, then
I'm not at liberty to disclose the amount.
Oh, okay, and fair enough. Well, now at this point, your lawyer will have to respond to them with what you feel is a reasonable, fair amount. And
We've
then
done that.
There's always the alternative of you go to court and you sue them.
Under that circumstances, though, that's where we're asking Margate to try to help us even more, because we found out that we could be in litigation for more than 2 years.
I
And
hate
the
to
other
say it, but
factor
that's
is,
probably right. I mean, our
and the
court
other
system
factor
that
is,
way.
when they go to work on our house, we're being told that it should be torn down because the ground underneath isn't stable. When that happens, where do we go? Where do we go?
That I can't
We're,
answer you.
I know you
don't-
can't.
I don't
We're
think
only
it's-
on, we're on Social Security, the two of us.
Stop now.
Okay, I'll stop, shut up.
Look, we're trying to do everything we can. The responsibility lies with the contractor, and that's not pushing the buck. It's, they have to handle this. Travelers has to make you a reasonable, fair offer. I believe you have your own, I know you have your own lawyer.
Yes.
And he's gonna have to either sue them and force them to court, or perhaps there's a mediation requirement. A lot of them seem to be going to mediation, and you come up with your counter proposals to what you think is fair.
The only thing I'm saying to you is, in the meantime, the money that has to be paid to attorney and for court fees comes out of our pocket. We're on Social Security. And that's the part I'm saying isn't fair. You know, I appreciate, the one person
we're
I
not in
can
the
honestly
position.
say, the fire department was the one who actually came out and helped us first. They are phenomenal in this city.
Well, I'm sure they're happy to hear that.
Yeah, no, our fire department was the one that came out, and if they didn't get a move on this, we wouldn't be where we are today with our house uplifted.
Ma'am, I don't know what to say to you. I don't think the taxpayers, we can't pay your legal fees for your lawyer at this point. You have a great attorney.
Oh, I know
I
he
know
does.
that, and highly experienced. I mean, he's the go-to guy in this area. I would say trust on his expertise, and we will continue to push from our side to hopefully they'll have you treated fairly and have your your home, whatever it is they have to do with it.
The only, one thing, and then I'll close it. The last rainstorm that we had, I know you still owe Mathis money for finishing the street at the end. It shouldn't got paid. It's worse now than when they started. I was out there in the rain, and when it started to clear up, taking
Well,
pictures.
to our engineer, I think we're on top of that one, I think.
All right,
Yeah,
Okay.
the road's not done, so all the drains are sitting high, so that's why it's not draining.
Yeah, it was worse now than it ever was.
Okay.
And the only thing that does is undermine our home even more.
okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Ma'am, it's not listening. Okay.
She'll listen.
Any other public comment? Come forward and your name and address, please.
Yeah, my name is Bruce Horn. My address is 118 North Kenyon Avenue. I've owned this home for 25 years, and for more than 50 years, I've been a material science engineer, still actively engaged. On approximately June 1st, pool excavation began at 114 North Kenyon. Rebar was placed the following week, and then the excavation sat idle for over a month, but with sump water pumping onto Kenyon Avenue. During the first 2 weeks, the filter bags were not properly connected, and sand, mold, and filth were pumped onto Kenyon Avenue unattended and into the storm drain. On Wednesday, the 7th of July, at approximately 7:15 in the morning, Island Pools Company trucks arrived at 114 Kenyon, began the process of applying gunite. The gunning process continued for 9 hours, in total 5 cement trucks and a blower compressor truck. Blocked Kenyon Avenue entirely to vehicular traffic. There were no barricades, there was no police presence that I'm aware of. The gunning, the noise level was continuously in excess of 115 decibels, far exceeding the allowable OSHA limits of 90 decibels on an 8-hour period. Residents were exposed to harmful noise at a level that can cause hearing damage. Homeowners were not given advance notice of this event or advised to close their windows, move their vehicles, cover their porch furniture, or take other actions to protect their property from damage due to uncontained gunite rebound and airborne cement dust and particulates. The gunning took place in an open backyard where the swimming pool was located, and the area was not covered or contained in a temporary enclosure to protect both neighboring homeowners and the environment. After completion of the unloading of the 5 trucks containing dry gunite aggregate, the street was totally covered with sand, cement, and filth. The contractor removed their vehicles with no attempt to sweep the street or the sidewalks. It still exists now, a week later. The cement, dust, and rebound were on my cars that were parked in my driveway, on my front porch, on my porch furniture, on my home windows and screens, and on the fins of my air conditioning unit. My next door neighbor has white cement aggregate embedded into his brown composite deck. It's not going to go away. The general contractor, Bayfront Properties, was not present at the work site during the day of the gunning, which I consider negligent or indifferent. I've made recommendations of what the city should consider. What's done is done, but this shouldn't happen again. And these recommendations I'll try to do as fast as I can.
You have
The
7 seconds, but we'll let you go.
Will you listen?
I will listen.
Okay, so the other side of criticizing is you have to offer suggestions if you're serious, and I'm serious about helping. The gunning or shotcrete should be totally enclosed in a temporary structure, plastic or a tent, to prevent gunite rebound or cement dust from escaping into the environment. People that put in fiberglass decks always enclose them and spray the fiberglass, but this gunning contractor didn't do anything, or his general contractor. Second, the compressor transporter pump truck should be enclosed to limit street noise to either 90 decibels or a level that the Margate Building Department says is acceptable in a residential neighborhood. Third, pump sump water lines should be placed along the curb and routed to the nearest storm drain intake. The filter bag should be placed adjacent to the drain. This will prevent weeks of water pooling along the curbs, growing algae and slime in front of multiple neighbors' homes. You can't get out of a car in front of my house without stepping into green slime. And it's been this way now for over 6 weeks. And it's going to continue probably for about 4 more weeks. Fourth, a Margate City inspector should be present before gunning begins to verify the temporary pool enclosure is in place and the compressor pump noise complies with city requirements. All homeowners within a specified radius, I don't know how large that should be given proper notice in advance by the contractor. And last, the contractor should be required to return the street and sidewalks to a clean condition immediately after completion of the construction. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you mind giving,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
would you mind giving the clerk a copy of it?
Oh,
Your thing?
yeah. I
Okay.
brought 4 copies with me.
Okay. I figured you were prepared.
Thank you.
One thing, if anything ever happens to the entire public, it would be very helpful if you let us know about what is happening. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
I'd like to make
Really,
the
I'm
last
not,
comment.
I'm not being critical of you at all.
No.
It's a message to the entire city. You know,
I think
the
what
police
happened-
department can't respond if they don't know about it.
Correct.
Building can't.
So I called Mr. Galatano the other day to let him know that I was coming, and I wanted him to be aware of my complaint. He thanked me, and he said my suggestions were reasonable. So I did take that action.
And we thank you also for coming.
Last
Sorry.
comment, if I may.
You may.
So there was a house constructed at Kenyon and Winchester with a pool. No dirt, no problem. There was a house constructed at Lancaster and Winchester with a pool. No dirt, no problem. There was a house constructed on Mansfield, about 117 North by Leeds.
Yes.
No problems. Something was, either this was the first time that a large pool was gunnited. I think the other ones maybe were cast, which is not a dirty process. But before we allow more pools to be gunite constructed, especially large pools that take 9 continuous hours of shooting, gunning, the building department needs to really look into this. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Any other public comment? Is there a motion to close
No,
this?
no, you got somebody who wants to come up. Come on up.
Oh, sure. Come to the microphone, state your name and address, please. Yeah. There we go.
Joan Swirsky, 121 North Claremont Avenue, and Martha gave just exactly how we feel. Joanne and I are part of Martha's group, and we've been trying so hard to keep up our momentum, should I say?
Looks like you are.
Oh, well, see, that's because we have been trying to meet, and once you stop, I'm going to disappear. So,
Well, we got to keep you going.
yes, and that's what we're
Wait
here.
a minute, I have dinner at 6 o'clock.
All right, so we're here to try and see if there's something we can do, because the ballpark is very hot, and it's outside in the winter. We've been meeting in 32-degree weather, and maybe there's something you can do for us.
We're going to work.
We're working on it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Swirsky.
Cute.
Is there any other public comment, please? Motion to close public comment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will now open public comment on resolutions that are on the agenda. Is there any public comment?
I'll move to close public comment on resolutions.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Okay, Johanna, please.
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 11, 2021, an ordinance fixing the salary and wage and compensation of certain officers and employees of the city of Margate City, Atlantic County, New Jersey.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 149, 2021, authorizing payment of claims?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for Resolution Number 150, 2021, authorizing payment to Colmar Home Center?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
I abstain.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for Resolution Number 151, 2021, authorizing government body certification of the annual audit for 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which consists of Resolution Number 152, 2021 through 154, 2021?
I'll make the motion for the consent agenda.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Thank you, Johanna. Anyone have any updates that care to discuss at this point?
Mayor, may I?
You may.
I want to bring the public up, make them aware that our emergency management in conjunction with the City of Ventnor, Margate, Longport, Atlantic County Office of Emergency Management, South Jersey Gas, Atlantic Electric, Comcast, Ventnor Veterinarian will be on hand for a hurricane season preparedness seminar, which will be held in our 9001 municipal building on Thursday, July 22nd, 2021, from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's a lot of guest speakers on hand, which will help us, as we've done in the past, prepare, because the hurricane season is active right now through, I guess, October. So it will help all our residents, Ventnor, Margate, and Longport, to be prepared. The last thing I want to mention is I want to give a compliment to our rec department, and especially Andrew Miles, our rec director, and all his employees for the programs they've put together this summer for our kids, our children, which they missed out on a little bit last year because of COVID. But I've seen, I'm fortunate enough that upon occasion I get to pick my grandkids up. I see a lot of happy kids, I see a lot of happy parents, and I see a lot of happy grandparents. Those kids come out of every day from that camp as happy as you can imagine, and that is so wonderful to see the job that our rec department does. Not only for kids, they help our adult community out also, 12 months of the year. What they do at the pavilion with the seniors, it's amazing. And I know we all appreciate Andrew very much. We see a lot of things happening around town with our upgrades to our playgrounds, thanks to Commissioner Blumberg. He's been on that since day one. Soon to be 2 new playgrounds, an adult passive park behind my house, and Lucy the Elephant at our main corridor coming in over the bridge. So we're all anxious to see the completion, but again, COVID has affected a lot of things, our promenade and the timing of the delivery of materials. But with that said, it's all good. Thank you, Mayor.
You bet. You're welcome.
Mike, if I may,
You may.
the meeting couldn't end without me expressing a thank you. This one goes out to all the teams that work in the city of Margate, and especially for the extra work that I know they all do during the summertime when our town, I want to say, is probably times 7, 10.
Try 30.
And what is it? It seems like, okay, times 10,000, but just an extra amount of work that they all do, and never do I hear any complaints. A special thank you to the guys in public safety and public works. They were nice enough to tweak the speed signs for us. We've got them up at the top of the poles. They're a little easier to see, and I think that was a nice improvement. Finally, I want to ask for help in solving a mystery in town. After the storm a week or so ago, we seemed to notice little bits of rubber all up and down Winchester and Monmouth Avenues. some little pieces, some big pieces, and I don't know what they were or where they came from. So if anybody has an idea, let me know. I hope it wasn't a problem, but certainly we can't figure out what it is or where it came from. But it's really literally everywhere.
Chunks of rubber.
Little chunks of rubber. Incredible. Like Peter Piper was trying to set a path.
Mr. Dennis, were you drag racing on Winchester Avenue
Wasn't me.
again?
Anyway, that's all I have, so thank you, Mayor.
Barney. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Second,
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
yes.
We're done.
Thank you all for being here. So-